Richard, it's that time of year again. It's 2018, and it's time for the Podcast Awards.
Yay! It's our, or as we like to call it, the season of disappointment.
Well, it's our third year running, Richard, and if you get the opportunity, please go to podcastawards.com and vote for your favorite podcast, The Language of Bromance, for the Comedy Podcast Award and the People's Choice Award.
There's one thing we pride ourselves on. It's being the people's choice. And you know what? Sometimes the people's choice isn't the most popular choice, but it's the choice that we have to live with. And I'm not naming names, but we could be that choice.
And also, if you're on there and you're looking around, please throw a nomination for my other podcast, Strange Indeed, as part of the TV and film category. So please remember just to go out to podcastawards.com and vote for Language of Bromance for comedy and People's Choice, and Strange Indeed for TV and film.
Definitely. Do both of those. As hard as it is for me to say, I guess you could do the other. But do one. Definitely do ours. Definitely nominate us, because we are the podcast. We're not the podcast that you need. We're the podcast that you deserve.
So remember, podcastawards.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
I'm Sean.
And we are speaking the language of bromance once again. Today, you and I, Sean, are speaking the language of bromance, and I'm pumped. I'm super happy for it. In fact, I'm so pumped. I'm getting your full image. I'm taking you in. I'm drinking you in like a fine wine. I'm drinking you in.
Richard, we haven't talked about UFOs in a while, and I found a story that's not very long, but it's going to lead us into getting to talk about UFOs a little bit more.
Oh, that's what I've always wanted in the world.
The headline just reads, Supersonic Tic Tac UFO stalked U.S. aircraft carrier for days and stunned fighter pilots, and Pentagon report reveals.
By a tic, they were stalked by a Tic Tac?
By a Tic Tac looking UFO. I need you imagine there's aliens. Because, you got to be inspired to create, right? Like, you can't just, very few people, I think, just come up with things. They got to be inspired. Something has to, trigger those neurons to fire. And, if it wasn't for watching movies, some movies wouldn't get made. If it wasn't for, seeing birds fly, the Wright brothers wouldn't be like, hey, man can fly.
Is that how it happened? I just thought it was it was our way of, it was like our way of challenging God. Fuck you, Christian Jesus, we'll soar to the heavens ourselves.
Look at me fly off this cliff.
Where's your God now? We have wings. We've taken to the skies.
I don't know what made the Wright brothers start into that. I know, was it Galileo or what was the famous dude that Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo the Ninja Turtle?
That made the drawings of the bat wings.
Yeah.
But,
he had
made
a couple ideas.
Paper.
I think he had an idea for a hot air balloon type prototype,
like a helicopter.
Yeah, he had a helicopter one too, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, I bet he saw in the future." No, he was just inventing.
I always love that. I feel like we, the general public, assume that people, 400 years ago or 500 years ago or whatever, were extremely dumb.
Yeah.
Because they come up, because one guy's like, hey, I got this idea. What if we just take this big fucking thing and we fill it with air, and then we can float above things. So what do we assume? Obviously, he's a fucking time traveler.
Yeah,
because nobody back then could come up with that. That's fucking stupid.
I mean, they didn't even have running water or indoor toilets.
Right, wait, and they're coming up with hot air balloons.
Wait, they did have indoor plumbing and hot air balloons? And all that stuff? Well, they must have been time travelers.
Fucking Romans.
No, I recently listened to a show where they were kind of talking about that. Like they think like the Sphinx and like the pyramids of Gira, like the ones that are right there, the
Giza.
pyramids of Giro.
Giza, not the Euro. The Euro is the really good sandwich that's filled with lamb and tzatziki
really
sauce. Euros are fucking awesome.
You know, you get that like extra tzatziki sauce, like cucumber sauce, or whatever it is, and you dip your fries into it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Are you pro like dipping your fries in anything but ketchup, or are you only ketchup with your fries?
Oh no, I'm whatever.
I dip it in anything.
I'll tell you what though, like, and I think this has to be a strictly Midwest thing. Why do we put ranch on everything? Why is ranch like fucking like white ketchup around here? Because it is. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed
good advertising?
Like, everybody, it's like ranch is white ketchup, and then if you go to like the West Coast, they're kind of the same way. They won't admit it, but they're kind of the same way. But they do it with sriracha. So like sriracha's like spicy ketchup.
Sriracha's like I've like tried to get on the sriracha bandwagon, but I don't like it.
I love sriracha, but
I'd rather
I don't
have like hot sauce or something else. Like sriracha, just I don't know if it's too peppery or what it is.
I love sriracha, but I don't put it on everything. Like I put it on specific things, but like I said, people like, oh, I'm gonna put sriracha on my pizza, and then in the Midwest, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna put ranch on my pizza, and then everybody else is like, you fucking savage.
Well, you know what's really good on pizza? Cottage cheese.
Who are you,
dude? Try it; it is amazing.
Oh my god!
So I don't know where else they have these, like Pizza Hut buffets. You've had the Pizza Hut buffet before, right?
Yeah, I've been poor.
You go in, you got your pizza, you got your salad bar, you get your pizza. You're like, man, I like cottage cheese. You throw a little cottage cheese next to it, and it gets low on your pizza. You're like, oh, gross. And you eat it, and you're like, oh. You start scooping in your mouth and taking a bite of pizza.
Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Let's back the truck up. First of all, who gets the pizza, the buffet bar at Pizza Hut? And it's like, oh, I'm gonna load up on salad.
Oh, you don't load up on salad. You just get a little cottage cheese.
I don't even visit the salad. Like I'm there to eat fucking pizza. Like
but
it's
you get
the
both.
Pizza Hut. It's not It's not called Salad Hut. They're not known for salads. Like who goes to Pizza Hut? It's like I'm gonna get that really good salad this time. Like you're fucking Pizza Hut.
I just go for the pizza and the cottage cheese. Like I said, next time you're in there, just take a little dip of cottage cheese and take a bite of pizza.
I don't like cottage cheese anyway. I'm not a fan.
Oh man,
my mom always used to put it in lasagna.
I've had it before in lasagna. It's not bad.
A fan. Not a fan. Like I get it. I understand why it's there. I understand
poor people's ricotta. Is that the idea?
That's exactly what it is. Fucking ricotta's expensive. Like, yeah,
it is.
But it's good. It belongs in there.
Cottage cheese is the same, Richard. No, it's not, Mom.
It's not. It really isn't. Like I get it and I eat it and it's still okay.
But and deep down, you're disappointed in your mother.
I am. I mean, about tons of things, but this is kind of up there on the list.
Yeah. Is she a good cook though? Is your mom a good cook?
Yeah, my mom's a good cook. My problem with my mom's cooking is my mom was very much one of those like, hey, this is what I'm making, and so this is what it is. Like dinner's dinner. She didn't ask for my opinion about dinner. Like she wasn't sitting around with me in like 10 a.m. We weren't sitting, at the table or in the living room. And she goes, what do you think we should have for dinner? Like she never ever, not once asked, what would you like for dinner? What do you want to do for dinner? Not once. It was always
you just showed up and it's like pizza and cottage cheese.
I just showed up and then it was like, it was there. And so it just made it super hit or miss. Like some days like, hey, it's pizza.
Some days I'm going to bed hungry. Some days I'm eating lasagna and cottage cheese.
Right? Oh God, I hate it. She used to make fucking sauerkraut. I hated sauerkraut.
Did she make it like actual sauerkraut? Like where she would put it in the basement and let it mold over?
No, I was a kid. I didn't eat regardless because I was like, this is fucking dirty old cabbage.
Yeah, it's so good though. Do you like sauerkraut now?
No. I don't like sauerkraut, but I like braised.
Are you like 12?
No, just wait. I don't like sauerkraut, but I like braised cabbage. Like if you give me a head of cabbage and I chop it up and put it in a skillet with some fucking cider vinegar and some salt and pepper, a little brown sugar, and some soy sauce, like, I'm all about it. I'll fucking demolish the whole thing myself. But I can't do sauerkraut because it's like blue cheese to me. Like blue cheese is just old fucking cheese.
So how are you on leftovers then? I imagine you don't eat leftovers then.
No, I love leftovers.
I mean, sauerkraut, cottage cheese, and blue cheese is just like leftover for an extended period of time.
Well, there's leftovers and then there's just fucking old shit. Like, I'll eat leftovers, but like leftovers need to be eaten in a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Well, sauerkraut, like, did your mom, like, I was trying to ask, did your mom actually make sauerkraut the way that, like, it used to be made? Or, like, you put it in the basement and let it sit for, like, months at a time?
Like I'm saying, what I was saying is I don't know because I didn't pay attention, because regardless of how she made it, I didn't eat it.
My dad told me about, I think it was my grandma who made it. Like, there's the recipes, like, you're supposed to go down, like, after a month or two and scrape, like, the mold off the top of it or something.
What?
Dude, you put that on a brat with some mustard? Oh, that's living.
What are we doing? How do you go through life? How have you existed this long? Like, what's this? Old cabbage? Okay.
That's like people have been eating that for years.
Just eating old cabbage. Well, cottage cheese. You know what cottage cheese is? Old fucking milk. That's what it is.
So, Richard, what's going to happen is it's going to be the apocalypse. You're going to show up at my house. I'll be like, hey, I'm going to make some lasagna. You'll be like, what, with ricotta? I'm like, dude, it's a fucking zombie apocalypse. No. Using that old
milk.
Have
this milk that I've left out for 5 days. I'm just going to squeeze the rancidness out of it, and we'll eat that for cheese.
Did you put sugar in this? It's kind of sweet. No.
Fantastic. I think that's it. You know what? Really, I think that's it. I just don't like food that's fucking old.
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked about leftovers, because leftovers is kind of old food.
Yeah, but it's old food. It's like been cooked. It's fresh food that's been cooked once. Cottage cheese is old fucking cheese that's been left to ferment.
Yeah. Well, you drink beer.
Blue cheese. Beer? Blue cheese is old cheese that has been left to mold.
I like blue cheese too. Blue cheese is pretty good.
Fucking savages in this place. What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm just not I don't know. I think this is where the podcast ends.
I think so too, because I got my best friend that's like trying to fucking kill or pickle himself by eating all this fucking old rotting food.
Yeah, people have been eating it for years and they live long lives.
Yeah, thanks to the advances in modern medicine. We used to die when we were in our 40s, Sean. In our 40s. We used to die from dysentery. But you know what we didn't do? Learn our lesson. All we did was figure out a way to clean and sanitize the old fucking food with chemicals and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, so now we can actually eat it and survive. Before, it's like you had to do it out of necessity. Now we can do it for pleasure. Food.
God, I'm gonna go and eat some fucking dirt fucking cheese. That's what I'm gonna eat. Hey, somebody left the milk out for 5 days. Oh, it's whatever. I'll just give it a quick squeeze and nom 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 nom. Blech.
Well, you just don't drink it then. You just eat it with a fork.
Oh my God. I don't feel well. We're done here. What were we talking about? We were talking about a Tic Tac.
We're talking about a Tic Tac. Well, that's what you have to, after you eat all those foods, you have to have a Tic Tac because your breath smells like
fucking death because you just got done eating fucking rotting food. That's what you did.
You know what? I bet this dude in this UFO came to Earth for our great cuisine. He's like, cottage cheese on pizza,
and was like, "Here, have this." And they're like, "I can't eat this; it's gone bad." And they're like, "No, it's great." Nom nom. And then he goes back and he's like, "They eat food that's fucking spoiled."
He's like, "Hey, do you want me to put some sriracha on this for you?" Well, anyway, Richard, so a supersonic UFO shaped like a Tic Tac stalked a U.S. aircraft carrier for days before vanishing into thin air, according to a bombshell Pentagon report. So this is a leaked report that came out. So they were doing some training in the Pacific Ocean.
Wait, so this is a leaked report?
Yeah, it was leaked. This is from 2004 is when this report was mentioned.
Leaked report.
I think this is timely because here pretty quick, NASA is going to release its findings of its search for life forms on Mars from the rover that's been up there for like 30 years.
Oh, fuck. So wait a minute. So they're saying they're going to be like, there's ice people that live beneath the surface.
Game of Thrones is a documentary.
See, I don't know. Like, I would say, this is what I'm saying when it comes to like NASA and their Mars findings. I think that if there were, because basically what they're saying is that they found evidence of water, or they found evidence of ice, which means water, and theoretically water equals life.
Yeah.
You know, if we find water, we should find life. We should find best case scenario, we find forms of like bacterium or something frozen in the ice. Okay. I think that if that was the case, and if we had found it, I don't think we'd be able to keep it quiet. This has always been my problem when it comes to government conspiracy with UFOs and shit like that. I feel like you're talking about something that's so involved, or that involves so many people in so many different places. Like, how the fuck do you keep that quiet? I don't think you do.
Well, you hear people that come out all the time that work for NASA and say, blah, 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 there's aliens, and we're talking to them, and they're quickly like, that dude's fucking nuts. And he gets shut up pretty quick. In a car accident, or a Tic Tac accident,
Tic Tac accident,
or a cottage cheese.
He eats a bunch
poisoning.
Yeah, they find him dead, and they're like, "Oh, I guess I just ate too much fucking cottage cheese."
Steve always did have a thing for sauerkraut.
It's fucking Oregon Trail all over again. You got it.
What'd he say? Oh, he's got dysentery. Don't worry about it.
He died of dysentery.
Well, I mean, that's what I try to figure out is it a way for the government and stuff to kind of keep people in control? Because I don't know, like if they said, hey, yeah, we found life on Mars, like there's actual life there right now, what do you think that would do to society? Would it be just like, oh, figures? Or do you think
know. Yeah, see, I don't know. That's an interesting question, because I think given the current climate of society and the world and the news that we ingest and the shit that we care about and the shit that we're obsessed with, the celebu culture, the politics, like all those other things, there's so much. I feel like there's like really, really fucking important shit that completely gets disregarded. Yeah. I saw a story. There was a story I saw yesterday that said that scientists have seen a coupling with the Higgs boson particle. Basically saying that there was a thing that scientists were able to actually witness happening with the Higgs boson particle, leading to theorize about like the building blocks of the fucking universe. And I felt that story should be huge, like front fucking page headline, and like nobody knows. Nobody knows about it.
There always seems like there's a story about something where they figure out like, oh, this thing we saw is going to be like, it's going to unleash everything we need to know about the universe, and there's never anything from it.
Yeah, but it's all like building blocks. It's all stepping stones. You know what I mean? At least that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's all, hey, we saw this, and it's going to give us an insight into this. It's like we've seen things, and we don't, and it's so amazing we don't actually completely understand it yet.
Well, and is that kept quiet because of who's funding it? I mean, like if you like those things, like scientists probably don't want to do anything until they have like the documentation written to be like, I'm the person that discovered this, and then put their thesis out and become famous from it.
Let's see. Hang on. Oh, I found the story. Direct coupling of the Higgs boson to the top quark observed. Okay. An observation made by the CMS experiment at CERN unambiguously demonstrates the interaction of the Higgs boson and top quarks, which are the heaviest known subatomic particles. This major milestone is an important step forward in our understanding the origins of mass. Basically saying like, hey, this could actually tell us what gives objects mass, what makes things exist in the known universe, how things go from being intangible to tangible.
But isn't that kind of like this UFO story? Like this UFO story should be like, oh my gosh, this is proof that there's something out there. But it could be proof. There's no specificity to it.
Well, okay. In one case, you're talking about something that is going to be something that has been observed, and saying that this could lead to these implications. And the other thing, you're talking about, hey, I saw a tic tac, and a guy saying, hey, I saw a tic tac in the sky. Or is that what we're talking about? I don't know. We haven't even gotten that far in the story. I'm sorry.
It's a leak story. So basically, it was obtained by a Las Vegas TV station that tells how the USS Princeton, a T-class guided missile cruiser, had multiple radar contacts with what it dubbed a AAV, anomalous aerial vehicle. So basically a UFO. Yeah,
it's a UFO, but they didn't want to say UFO.
Yeah.
So they came up with another acronym for it. I like that. That's clever.
Yeah, because if you always get made fun of. I've heard like pilots and stuff like in the Navy and things like they see some really messed up stuff. Yeah. Which like this, like you could easily be like, I bet it's a Chinese spaceship or a Chinese ship. It's some kind of experimental aircraft that nobody knows about.
Why would you make it a Tic Tac though?
Aerodynamic. It'd go in the water too.
I don't know, man. Like if I was China and like I'm like, hey, let's build a spaceship. Or let's build a ship. Somebody would be like, hey, let's make it a Tic Tac. I'd be like, no, fuck that. Let's make it look like a Mustang with flames coming out of the side. Let's make it look like the one truck in fucking Mad Max with a dude on top playing fucking guitar and fire shooting out of the top of it.
We want everybody to know this isn't a fucking UFO.
Exactly. Like, I want this thing flying around and this dude's like, wow, wow, wow.
He's playing a metal riff of the Chinese national anthem.
No shit. And be like, fuck you. Look what we did.
Those damn Yankees will be like, is that a UFO? No, that's a Chinese aircraft.
How can you tell? Wow. Because that's extreme. Well, now I know the UFO we're going to build.
Yeah. So this was November of 2004. So they saw this thing hovering about 60,000 feet before it nosedived the ocean's surface in a matter of seconds.
Oh, damn.
So again, these things you hear all the time of these things that just flip-flop back and forth like really, really quick. But I've heard that like we've got jets, like our like big jets can get from like California to DC in like 20 minutes.
I've heard that too. Well, I mean, supersonic speed. Speed of sound is, 750 miles an hour? So you factor in supersonic speed, so faster than that. So let's say 850 miles an hour. So that's New York to Los Angeles. That would take, about 20 minutes. Because, at 60 miles an hour, it takes you a day. So 10 times that
is about 2,600 miles. So about if you're going 800 miles an hour, that's doesn't seem right. That's like 4 hours. Did you say 800 miles a minute?
No, not 800 miles a minute. Speed of sound is 775 miles an hour, or something like that. Oh my god. Oh my, how'd they do it? Well, fucking, what's his name? Like the savior of mankind. What's his
Elon
goddamn
Musk.
name? Yes. I was like, oh, that one guy, savior of mankind. You're like, oh, Elon Musk.
He smells really good.
Like he wants to build that train that goes from you can get from New York to LA in get from New York to LA in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
So
it's like a supersized bullet train or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. Like, how awesome would that be?
Yeah, I mean, you could get people commuting pretty easily. Like, hey, I got to go to work in LA.
Yeah. And not even that, like, you know, it would be like you build like 2 or 3 of those and just have them run back and forth. Like, what would that, like, that would fucking kill the airline industry.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you can ride this train, even if they charge like, you know, $200 a ticket or $250 a ticket. Like, that's still cheaper than fucking an airline ticket, and it's going to take you a third of the time. Because flying's a pain in the ass. Because you got you got layovers, you got to change planes. This, you hop on a train, and boom, hour and a half.
LA to New York.
Yeah, be sweet.
Would be. It'd be cool. Like even here, like you think like if it takes an hour and a half to get there, like we're in the middle of the country, so it takes us, 30 minutes to get to New York.
Yeah, or 30 minutes to get to LA.
Yeah. That's got to be a pretty expensive thing to build, though.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. It's going to be underground, right?
I don't know. I don't know how it'd be.
It's going to build it like it's going to be floating.
Do you think it'd be shaped like a Tic Tac?
Probably. Aerodynamic.
Oh, my God. Elon Musk built this fucking thing.
Oh, I bet he did.
I bet he did.
You know what he's doing? He's building all these things and just fucking with people.
Mystery solved. He's sending cars into space. He's building fucking Tic Tac spaceships.
Wasn't that his car? I saw pictures of it, but I just didn't quite understand how that got to space.
It's his car.
Did you read the story of how it happened? Like, was it in a space? Like, was it in a capsule and the capsule opened to let it out, or what?
I think so.
Because I don't think
know.
a car can survive a launch into space.
No, I don't think it could, Sean. Despite my best efforts. I've strapped like 85 fucking Roman candles to the back of my minivan.
All I get is a call from the town hall saying, knock it off.
All I get are noise complaints.
And I stand outside and say, oh, say, can you?
That's what I say as I start the car up. By the dawn's early. And then I put one of the kids on top and have them start playing guitar. We're going to space.
Dad, what should I play? Free bird, free bird.
It doesn't work.
No.
I just close my eyes and stomp on the gas. All I've done is killed my neighbor's dog.
And thrown your kid off the top of the car. Thump, thump.
He hangs on because the cords connect, because this amp's inside.
So it could still be detected as, let's see, let me scroll back up. So so it disappeared, and then I guess it appeared again about 2 days later, and a pair of high-tech F-18 jets were scrambled to intercept it. But the pilots reported that the object had turned itself invisible.
How the fuck did it do that? It went invisible. Is it just because the Tic Tac's white and it like hid in a cloud?
Well, it was by the water, I think, so it turned blue. Because here it says, so it could still be detected as it was triggering a circular disturbance in the water at about 50 to 100 meters in diameter.
And it changes colors based on flavors. Be like, looks like we're gonna have to go to spearmint mode.
I was thinking like moods. Like if Elon Musk on the inside and he's sad. Oh, now I'm blue. I really like that car.
I miss it. Let's go get it back.
How much is that going to cost? We can write that check, right? Did you hear he's got like his investors pretty pissed off at him? Like I heard like the Tesla or one of his companies took a pretty big nosedive.
Yeah, I did also hear that they tried to oust him, or there was a shareholders meeting to try and oust him because one dude like was really pissed off at him, and he had he had a not very sizable stake in the company, but he had a big enough stake that he could call for a vote to have him removed from the board of directors.
It got voted down, I guess.
Yeah, he got voted. Yeah, I got voted down.
Because I don't know how much he owns of that company. Because I know when you go public, I don't think you can own a majority of it. Like I think you can only own like 49% or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he owns a majority, but at the same time, like okay, for all the bullshit that that he takes, like he's a huge reason why that company makes money.
I don't think they're making money right now, are they? I thought they were losing money.
I don't know.
Because that was a comment he made. He's like, hey, if you're investing in this company, you have to be prepared to maybe lose some money. Because we're sending my car to space.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like you hear the shit he's talking about and you're just like, fuck yeah. He wants to do like worldwide broadband internet.
Yeah. Well, he's got the solar battery idea and
that's a fucking kick-ass idea. That's a fucking kick-ass idea. Have you seen that? The Powerwall thing?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Oh my God. It like basically it would if in connection with solar panels, like it would basically the one tricky thing with solar panels is number one, you need a lot, and number two, the average power consumption of people, like you kind of have to regulate your power a bit more. Because you can't just like leave lights on for fucking hours on end. But with this Powerwall thing, you totally fucking can.
Just because it powers up for so long or whatever.
Yeah. And he made solar panels that look exactly like fucking roof tiles.
Yeah, there's a couple companies that are doing that.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, if you could get like your roof and your siding set up that way, I mean, your whole house, your deck, like it's just one big solar panel.
That man's a fucking marvel.
Yeah, well, I'm curious why you don't see more of that stuff now, and it's always kind of comes down to like price, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, go ahead and invest in all this stuff and buy all these powers. It's like, well, how much is that going to cost me? $300,000.
Well, I heard the solar panel roof tile thing is actually fairly inexpensive. It's a little bit more expensive than to get your roof done that way, but not like prohibitively so.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more than regular tiles.
Yeah, and depending on what state you live in, you can get fucking tax credits for it and shit.
When it comes down to like the battery stuff, like the storing of it, it's the batteries that end up being the most expensive thing, isn't it?
Yeah, not anymore. Not with fucking Tesla sending cars into space and building fucking power generators for people's houses and building Tic Tacs.
That's true.
Dependent on his mood.
That's probably like his go-to car. Like he takes it out for a drive. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go take to my summer home. Where's that? Mars.
He's listening to Foghat. Slow ride. Take it easy. Like slipping through clouds and shit. F-18s are chasing him. He's like, fuck you. Invisible.
He sees the USS Princeton. He's like, all right, I see it's an American ship. We're an American band.
Yeah. Buzzes the tower. There's a guy drinking coffee, spills it on himself. Elon! Damn that guy.
So this craft was described as solid white, smooth, with no edges, uniformly colored with no pylons or wings, and looked like an elongated egg or a Tic Tac, according to one of the pilots.
So it's a fucking Tic Tac. God, that would be just weird as fuck to see. Because you think of something flying around, even like UFOs or something, like everything you have from your, from my extensive knowledge of fucking science fiction or whatever, you picture something with like rockets or something that shows that it's like an engine or something like that. Like you just see this big fucking pill floating in the sky like a giant Ambien.
Where's that gotta go? Nope. Bend over.
Elon.
Elon Musk. But I mean, that's like all of our stuff. Like helicopters are kind of cylinder shaped, but there's a blade on the side to keep it from going crazy. Planes and stuff have the wings to keep them, steady.
Right.
So like, why couldn't, aliens from other planets, like technologically advanced, figure out how to make like a cylinder shape? Because, hey, maybe this is Elon from the future. He's figured out this because it's more aerodynamic, so it's going to use less energy, and it's got a kick-ass sound system.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would be like how fucking like I would find it almost jarring to see something that doesn't look like it should move, like zip around the fucking sky. Like that would freak me the fuck out.
Like when you think about it, when aliens come to Earth, I would imagine that their ship would look like nothing we could conceive of.
Yeah.
I mean, if they come down in like a Boeing 747, but it's called like Marring 747, like at that point you're like, okay, this universe is connected somehow. Like this is the ECU, the Earth Cinematic Universe.
It shows up and there's a dude standing on top that's playing some weird ass fucking alien instrument.
Fires
fucking shooting out of it. Or fire shooting out of his fingers or something fucking crazy. I think that's the only way we take notice. Is like I think that the only way we're going to take notice is aliens have to show up, and they have to show up with like this big fucking grand entrance.
I always worry about like the, well, and it's weird, I guess. I was going to say the idea of Stephen Hawking, who's like, if aliens come to Earth, it's going to be like when, non-natives came to like other areas, like Australia, America, all these places. Like they don't come like be like, hey, we're just here to help out.
Oh my God, they're going to give us blankets, aren't they?
Maybe. They're going to be like, hey, we've got this old milk. It's like, oh my gosh, this is great.
That would be you.
Yeah. Can I get some pizza to put this on?
Old milk? Fantastic. I'll be like, no, Sean, don't. It's just old milk. No, B's a goner. He died space dysentery.
But that's what what do you think about our reaction to when that happens? Because we always hear about these stories of them coming in like investigating. Well, I don't know. You think about the Stephen Hawking's idea that they're going to come and basically just take us over. But like, do you think there's like animal stuff out there like sharks and things? It's like, hey, you go to this area and I swear to God, I saw this thing come from the sky. It fell in the water and it said, farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
So long and thanks for all the fish. Okay, well, I mean, not to worry you, but I mean, basically, are you just saying that you're afraid of the possibility of space sharks?
I wasn't until just now. Holy shit, could you imagine? Like they roll up in a ship and then comes out like the street sharks?
Yeah, that's no, excuse me. That's exactly what I was going to say was, we always, are like, oh, what would aliens look like if they showed up? What if they show up and they look like something that's around here, but we totally fucking despise? Like, what if they come down and they look like wasps?
Giant wasp.
Yeah. Everybody hates wasps. What do? We don't know. They don't make honey. They're fucking jerk bees. That's what they are.
Yeah, you couldn't trust them. Have I ever told you the story, Richard, about how a wasp stung me twice and I didn't get to kill it?
No.
Okay, so Richard, I'm minding my own damn business, moving stuff around, and all of a sudden I feel this pain in my arm.
Yeah.
So I look down, there's a wasp, and they don't just like sting and fly away.
No.
They like sting and keep it in.
Yeah, they do. You know why? Because they're injecting you with their poison.
Yeah, because I wanted to kill it, and I went, you know what it did, Richard? It moved, and I missed it. It landed on my arm a little higher up and stung me a second time.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, and so I'm like, from hell's heart I stab at thee. And I went to hit it again. Now I missed again. I just hit where it stung me. So now I got 2 slaps and 2 wasp stings. That son of a bitch lived.
And I look for him every day.
My name is Sean. You stung me twice. Now prepare to die. I don't know if it was the same one. I probably would say it is just to keep this story funny, but the same place where that one stung me twice.
Yeah.
I was sitting down under a tree, again, minding my own business, when all of a sudden something fell down the back of my shirt and started stinging me.
What was it?
Fucking wasp. What else would it be?
I don't know.
It's like it falls from the sky because it's probably drunk from the night before.
Yeah, it was probably all like at the bar telling the story about how it stung this fucking idiot twice, and the idiot tried to kill it, and it had bad aim and missed it twice. Be like, I don't know if you've ever been around a human, but their hands are fucking huge. But
they're dumbass, but whatever.
I totally dodged it, not once, but twice. And guess what? Stuck my stugger right in his fucking arm. I fucked his arm with my ass twice.
He looks over at the honeybee. He's like, what the fuck can you do, honeybee?
What do you do? Oh, are you sure you should be here? What's your queen going to say? Why don't you go home to your fucking mom while the men are around fucking drinking and talking about how they faced a human and lived?
Oh, what? You going to step up on me? You going to sting me, huh? Well, guess what? If you do, you're going to die.
But guess what? I won't. You know why? Because I proved it. I arm fucked a dude twice. He tried to kill me twice, and I avoided death.
The male praying mantis that's running the bar is like, hey, Waspy, you go home. He's like, whatever. When you get home and get laid, he's going to eat your head off.
Yeah.
When I get home, I'm going to get head.
You know, fight me about it? What are you going to do?
You know, I'm going to go to a different bar. And he falls off the tree and down my shirt. He's like, what the fuck? I'm going to fight you, bitch. Sting, sting, sting.
Did it sting you more than once when it went down your back?
Yeah, it stung me a couple times, I think. So I took my shirt off and threw it down. And I was trying to figure out what it was. And so I was wringing my shirt out. And it got up and flew away. Yeah. So, yeah. If aliens show up looking like giant wasps, I'm not going to trust them.
We're here to ass fuck your arm, Sean.
No!
I bet that's what happened. I bet the alien wasp came and took this wasp. Maybe this wasp was like a scout trying to learn the behavior of humans. Be like, I don't know. All I know is they don't have very good aim because I fucking stung this one fucker twice and he totally missed me both times. And then I stung him in the back a bunch and he even took his shirt off and I still got away. Humans are dumb. We could totally conquer this planet.
I'm not sure, but I think they like it. So, you know, no pain, no gain.
He said ow, but I think he was into it.
He didn't say the safe word. What's the safe word? Honeybee. I don't know if you know, there's this bee who's pretty mouthy, but he can't do anything because if he does, he'll die.
See, the next time you get stung, just scream out honeybee. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
It comes up and kisses me on the lips.
Holy shit, a talking wasp.
Come here. Here, sit on my hand. I win.
What you get. Humans rule. Free bird.
We're an American band. Elon, were you watching this whole time? He steps out. He's like, you've won my vehicle. You've killed the only talking wasp in existence and saved us from the wasp people.
Now he won't be able to report back to his commanding officers.
Now I will be king of the wasp people.
Oh my God! What if aliens have visited, but they're just really small?
That's a good point.
Like, what if aliens are just like really tiny and they come in this tiny ship?
And they show like the Martian guy from the Flintstones, but smaller.
Yeah, like their ship does look like an actual fucking Tic Tac.
Oh, and you eat one, and they like investigate your body like the magic school bus.
Like a magic school bus. You know, now that I think about it, isn't the thing fucking what was the movie where they went inside, where they had the ship that shrunk down and went inside the human body?
They did it in a Magic School Bus episode.
No, they did a Magic School Bus episode, but I'm saying it's like there's a movie that they did it, and I can't think of the name of the movie.
I don't know if I saw it.
But I think that ship was shaped like kind of like a Tic Tac. I have no idea what relevance that has to anything, but there we go.
I think I like the idea of like aliens coming in like as wasps. Like there's a super intelligent like wasp that comes in, but they're only the size of actual wasps.
Yeah.
Or like squirrels. Like, you know, you've seen that sketchy looking squirrel that kind of like he's looking at you, but he's not like looking at you like, hey, don't eat me. He's looking at you like, human. Take it. And they got the notepad out and they're taking notes.
There was a Rick and Morty like that where Morty gets this helmet that can help him listen to like what animals are saying, and then he overhears these squirrels talking about revolution. And then he looks down, starts walking away, like, and the squirrel's like, wait a minute, I think he understands us. And so they start following him, and they're like, hey, little boy, we should come here. We have candy.
What would be the worst way to go, wasp or squirrels?
I feel like squirrels, because they'd be biting you with their little fucking yellow teeth.
That's true. And as it's happening, you'd be like, man, you guys are so adorable.
I don't know. I think if a squirrel's fucking biting me, I'm not going to be thinking, oh, it's so adorable. I'm going to be thinking, get your fucking ugly ass teeth off of me, you damn dirty squirrel.
You damn dirty tree rat.
Right? It is. It's a fucking tree rat.
Mm.
And they're like, oh, look, he's so cute and bushy. You know what else is cute and bushy? A fucking possum's cute and bushy. But you know what? Nobody likes them. You know why? Because they don't have like big fuzzy things. They have this little fucking rat face and a prehensile tail. So everybody's like, ew, fucking possums are gross.
They are gross. If they had fuzz on their tail, they'd be cute. Like raccoons. People think raccoons are cute because they're full of hair. They're even dirtier than possums.
Fucking raccoon. I hate raccoons are fucking mean, and they got fucking people hands, and that freaks me out.
Because they can massage your back.
That freaks me out because they have little the hands with the little fingers, and they're like, and I'm like, hey, get away.
So how do you handle like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Because it's a fucking talking raccoon that doesn't exist.
So
that I know of.
If aliens show up but they're talking raccoons, you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Because in that instance, it's a talking raccoon, and it's not like the fucking little scummy raccoons that hiss at me and want me to, you know, when I go to take out trash.
Does that happen a lot? Because you might have a rabid raccoon.
Oh my God, dude. I was at work. There was this place I worked at. And I walked outside one day to have a cigarette. I stepped outside, and one of my cooks is outside by the fucking dumpsters feeding a goddamn raccoon. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, it's cute. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a fucking trash panda. And you're feeding it, so now it's going to come back, and then I'm going to be like, get out of here, and then it's going to hiss at me, and it's going to charge me, and it's going to bite my fucking neck out. It's going to rip out my goddamn jugular because I didn't give it roast beef.
I'm going to bleed outside this restaurant. His friends are going to come over and eat me. You're going to come out and find me the next day. My death's on you, Susan.
Yeah. Fucking Casey.
Was it Casey?
Yeah, it was. She's like, what? It's cute. I'm like, knock it off.
Did she keep feeding it?
No, because I told her to fucking quit. I'm like, get the goddamn trash panda out of here.
Did you kill it? Did you chase it off with a broom?
No, I didn't kill it. I did chase it off, but I didn't kill it.
Did it hiss at you?
It didn't deserve to die.
Well, now it probably died of starvation because now it's got the humans fed it.
That.
Now, that death's on you, Richard.
Well, whatever.
I didn't actually cause it.
Until like space raccoons show up and they're like, "Who killed our friend?
Who killed Tom?" He told us of Casey, the one who gave us roast beef.
And we would have come to save the human race if it wasn't for this asshole that chased her away.
No, I love animals. Sorry, world.
I wish you guys were wasps.
So days later, Richard, second jet spotted the same disturbance. This is talking about the UFO. And this time saw the UFO hovering above it like a Harrier jump jet. So when the two pilots returned to the ship, so this is where, like, I don't know if they see this too much or they're just, like, your compadres on the ship are just dicks. Crewmates put on tinfoil hats to greet them and ask eager questions about their UFO flight.
Oh, that's trolling at its finest. That's what that is. Be like, "Hey, Dave, so did you see the Tic Tac last night?" Fuck you. Yeah, I did. It was floating around. Are you sure the Tic Tac wasn't in your pants?
Go back to the laundromat, Steve. I'll make sure to check your pockets for Tic Tacs.
Fuck you, Matt. Asshole. I know what I saw.
That guy doesn't know shit.
He doesn't know shit. I know what I saw. Floating Tic Tac. I don't understand why that's so hard to believe.
Just because Steve is cross-eyed doesn't mean anything. thinks he's awesome because he's in the laundromat. I fly. I'm the Iceman, motherfucker. That's not really my call sign. My call signs.
It should be, though. If it wasn't taken by Matt, fucking dickhead.
I had to go with Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
All right, so as we're closed out, so I think that's a good question. What would your call sign be if you were a pilot?
If I was a pilot, what would my call sign be?
Yeah.
Trash Panda.
Trash Panda? That's a good one. You have a cool looking helmet.
I would too. It looked like a big fucking raccoon head. You know what it would be? It would be the raccoon that I scared away. I would have found it and killed it and then stapled it to my helmet.
It'd be like Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett.
Yeah, it would be. Except I keep the eyes.
Well, the eyes don't last very long. They kind of rot like cottage cheese.
That's what taxidermy is for, my friend.
They don't taxidermy the eyes. They put in fake eyes.
Well, then I'll put in fake eyes. Point is that this thing's going to be looking at you. Oh, my God, that would be fucked up. Like you're flying, and then this big white Tic Tac flies up next to you, and you're like, oh, my God, it's a UFO. And then you just see a bunch of raccoons inside, and they look at you, and they see the raccoon on your head, and you're like, oh, my God, I just killed the planet.
No, I deserve this.
We had a good run, boys. My bad.
They like zip away really quick, and about like 10 minutes later, they come back, and each one of them has a human on their head. How do you like it, motherfucker?
That's my wife.
Wait, she's not dead. Oh, you sons of bitches.
They came for our women. Take them down, boys.
No, keep your head where I can see it. Oh, crash into the ocean. And that's where we find the shark people.
Shark people.
All right, Richard, in this tale of UFOs, Tic Tacs, and Elon Musk, do you have any Richard's closing thoughts?
Let Elon Musk build whatever he wants to build because all of it sounds pretty fucking rad. Bullet train across the country, broadband internet, solar panels.
The broadband internet, I could get down for that.
Right? Like satellites all around, so you'd have constant fucking coverage.
The problem is like satellite internet now is like expensive. You can get jack for it.
Oh my God. That not just that, but like the data caps on it are super fucking low. Like I think that Yeah, they put like a gig data cap on there. I think they just under the assumption that like if you live out in the sticks, all you're gonna do is, you know, fucking look up grain prices and check out farmersonly.com for hot singles in your area.
Oh my gosh, that's how I met my wife. All right, Richard, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. It's back.
What?
Nothing. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website. We're at languageofbros.com. Follow us on Twitter. We're at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver at languageofbros.com. Check out the LLB Army Intelligence Reports. Like us on Facebook. And go out and recruit somebody for the LLB Army by getting someone you know to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and Alexa.
And if you want to help join the resistance against the raccoon/wasp scourge, just leave a rating and a review, and that'll let us know that when shit goes down, that you'll be ready for the fight.
And you can always find us as part of the Pod Bros Network,
the spearhead in the resistance
against the alien raccoons.
Or wasps.
Or shark people.
Or shark people.
And if you want, you can throw a little money in our tip jar by going to our Patreon accounts, www.patreon.com/languageofbromance, like our newest LLB Army member, Petey.
Yeah, and then they can help build us our own ship, and we will totally put Petey on top.
Yeah. He plays guitar too, I think.
Does he? Oh, perfect. And we'll get him a guitar that shoots fucking fire out of it. If George is it George Miller, the guy that did Mad Max, if he could do it, if he could figure it out, we could do it.
I mean, it only took him like 6 years to make that movie too, so we could do it for 3 years, 6 months.
We already got the idea. We just need to build it.
That's half the battle,
right?
All right. Well, is there anything else before I close her out?
No.
All right. Well, that's all the Bromance we have for this show. I'm Sean.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the alien beaver.
Yeah, or the raccoons.
As long as you can defeat all the raccoons.
Yeah, as long as they stop fucking taking our women.